Welcome to Council Connection. I'm Sweetie Marberry, Mayor and Durango City Councilor. This program is designed to give you a snapshot of happenings at the most recent Durango City Council meeting. This time we look at March the 19th meeting. We began this meeting with a proclamation declaring March Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month and recognizing the work of two community organizations. Community Connections and the Arc of Southwest Colorado serve a total of more than 150 children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The proclamation was accepted by Molly Hanson.
People are like goldfish. We should not live and work in small places like goldfish in a small bowl. We will not be able to learn and grow. We need to be in the community like goldfish in a big pond. Thank you for letting me speak and for listening to me.
Our consent agenda consisted of 12 items. Among them was a resolution authorizing the use of funds from the joint sales tax for preparation of a homelessness strategic plan. Another reestablished a finance committee to assist in city budget planning. We had two legislative public hearings. One concerned renaming Santa Rita Drive Larry Valdez Way in honor of the Durango native and Durango High School graduate who served in Vietnam and won the Silver Star for gallantry in action. His son, Larry Valdez Jr., was present for the proclamation and read from the Silver Star citation given to his father.
Specialist Fort Valdez's courage in close combat against a superior force was in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service and reflects great credit upon himself, his unit, and the United States Army. I remember reading this as a young child. You know, my dad raised me by himself. You know, he was 32 years old, had a kid. My mom took off when I was about 16 months old. And my dad raised me all by himself. And then I didn't have a lot of things to lean on and know about my dad because he didn't want to talk about Vietnam. He didn't talk about many of these guys. And I remember reading this over and over again thinking, gosh, you know, what was that like to be in that situation? And, you know, when these guys banded together to tell me about what really happened there, it was truly amazing. And, you know, the only thing left that I want to say is not only did my dad grow up here and graduate from Durango, but Santa Rita Drive is really near and dear to his heart. That's where he was literally born. You know, his mother literally birthed him down in the on what they used to call the Flats or the Mexican barrio down there. So it's not only just fitting that he gets to have an opportunity to have a street named after him, but that's literally where his roots are.
More than a dozen fellow Vietnam veterans and friends of Larry Valdez were also on hand to honor him. The name of Santa Rita Drive will officially be changed to Larry Valdez Way sometime late in April. The other legislative public hearing dealt with additional text amendments to the Land Use Development Code. Two of our three scheduled quasi-judicial hearings dealt with minor subdivision of 2 lots in Twin Buttes. The third quasi-judicial hearing was on a proposal from Volunteers of America for a 53-unit senior affordable housing building in Three Springs.
We have the indoor and outdoor amenity areas. It's really ideal the way it's laid out because everything faces south. They're going to have a big wall, nice glass there, get all the sunlight in there in the winter. In the warmer months, they'll just spill out the patio, and then for safety and access, it's terrific too because the sun will melt the snow and the ice off the parking lot to help the seniors get around. Every year, HUD adjusts the median income and rents, and they've ticked up slightly from what I presented last year. So you can see 16 to 37,000 is the AMI range, and the rents go from 441 to 1,060, with a 2-bedroom 60% unit being on the top end.
The first phase of the project could be completed by summer of 2020. The units will be available to those age 55 and over. Later in the meeting, Council considered and approved an amendment to the purchase agreement between the City and VOA for development of the senior housing. During reports and actions, the City Manager reported on efforts to tackle pothole problems around the city.
We're doing the best we can, and keeping up with potholes, but this was a very unusual winter, and we frankly are not able to keep up with the maintenance on potholes. I think the council understands that we have a pavement condition index that documents the condition of every street. We do our best to prioritize where the crews are going for pothole patching based on traffic counts and activity in those streets. But the physical activity of replacing a pothole when it's cold means those temporary potholes pop out. To date, in 2019, we've patched 682 potholes, and we've used 37 tons of patching material. Obviously, this is a year where we don't have the budget to cover all of our expenses, and it's up to the city staff at this point to manage within our means, which is what we do.
During the meeting, councilors also mentioned several events you might find interesting. Don't forget, Durango City election ballots are due in the city clerk's office or the 2 county drop box locations by 7 p.m. Tuesday, April the 2nd. You can go online to durangogov.org/election or call 375-5010 if you have any questions. Lake Night Horse, snow and weather permitting, opens with a limited schedule March the 31st. The second annual First to Fish Day for those 15 and younger will be the day before, on Saturday, March the 30th, from 10 to 2. Spring cleanup for participating Durango City residents begins April the 8th. Check durangogov.org/cleanup for all the information on what's collected and when. And the Durango Public Library Literary Festival, featuring author Chris Boujalian, offers book talks this year, April the 8th and 9th, as well as a reception and presentation by the author starting at 5:30 p.m. April the 11th. Our next study session will be Tuesday, March the 26th at 4 p.m. We will be getting an update on Durango Fire Protection District activities and homelessness issues facing our community. Our next regular council meeting is Tuesday, April the 2nd at 6:30 p.m. And that's Council Connection for the March 19th Durango City Council meeting. I'm City Councilor and Mayor Sweetie Marberry. Thanks for joining us. And remember, you can always contact your city councilors via email at citycouncil@durangogov.org.